I will call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Great.
Roll call, please.
Gelman. Here. Horn.
Here.
Lehman. Here. Underwood. Here. Chasm.
Here. Okay, next item is approval of agenda. I do want to recognize our Commissioner, Darrell Nelson here. I know that we don't have any, appointments here, but with we can do one of two things. Either we can extend public comment and let Commissioner Nelson speak during public comment, or we can amend the agenda to add appointments. Either one is fine.
You want to talk?
I'll talk.
Okay.
Amend the agenda to add,
Don't ask a politician that question.
So
we're
motion,
gonna put them under five,
Can we
between
just-
5 and 6, 5 and 5.
Can I can do public comment. If you have public comment.
We have public.
We have comment.
Relative then, I have a meeting starting right now in Five Lake that I would like to go to, so if I go soon, I would.
We're right there, we're there.
we are right here, so let's just approve the
Move to approve the
agenda.
agenda as opposed to.
Okay. Sorry.
I'll support Jason's motion to approve as presented.
We have a motion from Commissioner Gilman, support by Commissioner Horn to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Do any of the commissioners have any conflict of interest regarding any item on the agenda? Now, seeing none. Number 5, public comment. With Commissioner Nelson,
The podium.
you can do whatever you feel
However you feel
comfortable.
comfortable. There's stuff in the fridge if you want and.
You want me talking to? Darrell Nelson, Acme Township, also County Commissioner. I just wanted to, I was here for the, ribbon cutting. Very nice building. One of your commissioners reminded me that this building is the same size as the Beta building and, is much cheaper. So you guys have trucks, they have trucks, so good job. So, but it's a nice facility. I like to see what you guys are doing. It makes a lot of sense driving across the county. I was talking to Peter Copes of the Record Eagle. He was commenting, he was driving here across county. He was realizing how big this county is. And I said, think about a bunch of trucks driving, how expensive that is versus your car. So I think he even understood that. It makes a lot of sense. The other thing I want to talk about is, say you're a county commissioner and you show up at a road commission event. I hope I live through the thing. Unfortunately, there has been a lot of things being said at our meetings about the county road commission, and I want to counteract that. County Road Commission has done an excellent job. They have been very responsive, especially over the last year. I get good results. At a meeting, I think it was last week, we had a person that had some questions about going underground and doing fiber optics. A commissioner and Dan, the engineer, were there. You were there. Thank you for that. Always get 100% good support from you guys. We're a political body. You're not a political body. That is crucially important to our public. And we're working really hard to make sure the public understands that. I am not alone on the Board of Commissioners in feeling this way. This needs to remain an independent public board, not a political board. And over the last year, you guys have made some incredible inroads. About a year ago or so, we looked as a board, we analyzed, it was brought up by a commissioner to look up changing the structure of the road commission. It didn't make sense then. It certainly doesn't make sense after all the improvements that this team has done as an organization. A lot has happened in the last, Dan, how many months have you been in this job?
That's key.
About 12, 13.
And, you know, right before that, in that period of time, there's been an incredible shift. We've got new people on board from top to bottom. You guys have done an incredible job of improving an organization that was doing a good job before that, but even better. So the case makes even less sense now. And the public, when I'm talking to supervisors, when I talk to people, they all get that. I understand you guys might hear the other part of it. There is another side of the story. I'm going to work very hard as a commissioner, but also as a citizen of this community. I want you guys to be in the structure that you are right now. It's the right way to be. So hats off to you guys. Congratulations on your new facility. Thank you for all the work that you guys do. Thank you for always answering my phone calls. I've talked to you guys many times, quick and responsive, and everyone else. So thank you very much. I'm not sure the process, if it's going to come up next year again or not, but we're making preparations to have the case made that it's a bad idea. Keeping you guys where you are right now is a really good idea. So that's really what I wanted to say. So thank you for letting me go, and I'm gonna leave, not to be rude, but
No,
Thanks.
thank you very much, Commissioner
Thank you.
I
Nelson.
take calls. So
Yeah,
Thank you.
please drive safe and
Thank you.
thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for
Thanks.
coming.
exactly.
Good to see
Doing
you.
good work.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Mrs. Gilman? Okay. Just wanted to.
Sure. She always has so much to say.
I know, it's probably will be after the meeting, sir.
At home.
Yes, thankfully. Moving on to item 6A, review terms of compensation for road manager. I've sent to all of you a draft contract that was prepared by our labor council. I asked you to provide comments, most of you did. And so here is what I would propose in terms of the essential terms of the contract, and then I'll open it up for discussion. I would propose that we offer a contract to our road manager for a term of 1 year, effective January 1, 2025. At a salary of $132,000. The contract would be subject to automatic renewals for a 1 year term each, unless the contract is terminated prior to at its expiration, either by the employee or the employer. Or essentially not at the employee, or the employer may choose not to renew it. If the contract is renewed, any cost of living adjustments would be at the discretion of this board. If the employee is terminated without a cause, I would recommend a severance package initially for 2025 at 10 months. And here's my rationale. There has been a practice at this road commission that for each year of service, the employees offered 1 month of severance. Dan has been with the road commission for a period of 10 years. So for me, it makes sense that we should initially offer him a 10-month severance package. If the board chooses to renew the contract for an additional 1 year term beginning in January 1, 2026, then that severance package would increase from 10 to 11 months. If the board subsequently decides to renew this contract for an additional 1 year period effective January 1, 2027, that severance package would increase by an additional 1 month for a total of 12 months, at which time it will be capped. Will not go any beyond 12 months. So that is the severance package I'm proposing. We will also receive a monthly allowance for vehicle in the amount of $500. And then there will be, I believe, a monthly cell phone allowance, which is pursuant to our cell phone policy that was recently adopted, in the amount of $50 a month. So those are the essential terms. Obviously, you all have had a chance to review the entirety of the contract. So that's my proposal. So at this point, I'll open it up for discussion. And I'll start with Commissioner Underwood.
No, I. Thanks, here with Anthony.
Okay, we'll get to the end. So let's, okay.
It's a fair.
Yeah. Commissioner Horn.
I felt the same way. The vehicle thing was important to me. We addressed it. Okay, that was good.
Thank you. Commissioner Gilman.
Yeah, I think the 1 year, if we're gonna do a contract, the 1 year is appropriate. I have no problem with the compensation. I have no problem with the auto renewal. And at the discretion in terms of our compensation, at our discretion, what we want to do. And as far as the 1 month per year service, I think that's appropriate. It can seem like a lot, but it's not really. And then the $500, the auto reimbursement, that's kind of a good deal for us, honestly. So I'm down with this. I'm okay with this.
And just for clarification purposes, the discretion was with regards to any cost of living.
Correct. Yeah.
I just wanted
The
to.
board's discretion.
Yes, correct. Commissioner Lee.
I think that was about similar to what the notes I sent you, what I thought about it. Is my only question is the vehicle allowance, is that $500 a month plus mileage or $500?
So that's a good question. We have not, the revised policy that we adopted with regards to use of road commission vehicles doesn't address mileage. Typically, employees who use their own vehicle for purposes of their business typically do get reimbursed at the IRS mileage rate. And that could certainly be something that this board in its discussion can choose to add if it so desires.
Well, it does change it quite a bit. I mean, if you put a lot of miles on a vehicle.
What is the IRS policy on
67
7%.
67 cents a month.
Okay, so
And he drives a lot.
So typically you do either the 500 or the cents per mile.
Yes.
can we do that then? Or is that impossible for us to do?
Yeah, I mean,
Can we pay them a minimum of $500? And you want to keep track of your mileage, and if you put on 2,000 miles, you're gonna bill us 1,300, we'll be okay with that.
That's a good.
Because if you would have used your own car.
Yeah, because he has insurance anyway. So I mean, there's a floor. He has insurance and he has the cost of the vehicle.
The floor, my comment is, the floor should be $500.
plus whatever mileage.
Reimbursed at 67 cents a mile, if that's what the IRS allows.
Okay,
But our minimum reimbursement every month would be $500.
I see what you mean. Okay. So if for example, if any given month, the total mileage reimbursement is less than $500, he'll still get $500.
And the thing is, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to get around 1,000 miles a
If
month.
he gets 1,000 miles, he gets $670.
Why would you make it 670? Why make him do math if he doesn't want to?
I would think 500 is very fair.
How many miles do you think you drive? I say a bad month. I'm talking about really bad month.
I guess I've never.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Because that's about 600.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to keep track of it every day. I get that.
$500. It's about 640.
You know, I mean,
But just 1,000 miles is that 670, so
Yeah.
if you're gonna think it's
Right.
1,000 miles.
It's not commuting miles, it's miles to meetings.
understood.
Yeah, I just think that it adds another layer of paperwork for him to keep track of. If he's comfortable with $500 allowance, monthly allowance.
Are you comfortable with 500?
I'm very comfortable. That helps take a little sting out of it. My traveling to meetings and covers fuel costs.
So it says it's increasing to 70 cents per mile January 1st.
I would say that whatever the current IRS rate is, they can change it mid-year.
Yeah, they should just make.
You're right.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
So we're just gonna pay him $500, that's what he wants.
Yeah.
And that can be discussed a year from now.
And exactly.
So if it's not working
Yeah.
out for you, can you make sure you let us know if you feel like it's a
Yeah.
dip?
Yeah, you have to start buying some third-rate, foreign pickups or something to get you around. Well, no, there's a
We can always revisit the drive, yeah.
But Dan, things like that.
Right.
Right now, he's not getting anything. Right now, he's not getting an allowance or, yeah. Yeah, so,
That's,
so that's why we put that allowance in there. So let's give it a shot.
okay,
And then we can revisit it if it's not making sense for us.
okay.
Okay, any other questions?
I'll make a motion
Yeah.
to approve the contract for the road commission manager, Dan Watkins, as presented.
Second.
If I could just make one recommendation, we would want our labor council to make a revision to the contract
Pending review.
I think we have a review.
based upon what we have.
Yeah.
agreed to. Okay,
Makes sense, yeah.
does that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Horn, second by Commissioner Underwood to approve a contract for our road manager, Dan Watkins. As discussed as discussed in this open session, subject to final review by legal counsel.
Have you heard from Dan? Is there anything?
We now have a motion on the floor, so we can have more deliberation. If none of the commissioners have anything to add, then I'll have Dan.
You want to kill this motion? No, I want to say thank you. I do appreciate it. I think this is a very fair compensation package. And I look forward to working with everybody moving forward. So I do appreciate it.
And if once we get the final version, if you could just send that to me and I'll share it with the other commissioners and make sure that it reflects all the terms that we discussed here. Okay, thank you. If there's no further discussion, we'll call the vote, please.
Corner,
Yes.
Lehman,
Yes.
Underwood.
Yeah.
Gilman.
Yes.
Cassie.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, next item 6B is administrative compensation, which so we have to discuss compensation for administrative employees. Ken, or Phil, whoever, if you want to begin the initial report, and then we'll open it up.
Those are the jump this year. So what we did was sit down with Bill and work at, looked at what COLA was, and that came out at 2.5. Then we looked at our MTF, what the increase we were getting for funding there, that came out at 2.5. And then our union, what did they negotiate for the union members? That was 2.5. Took a look at the county, they did a 3% raise this year. And then we looked at past history of what we had. 2022 was 4%. Then there was a little offset mid-year. I think they made an adjustment there, how high inflation was. 23 was 5%. In 24, kind of came out between 5 and 6% on hourly employees. So we do have a wage study out. We'll be expecting that back any minute. And what we were talking about with Bill was that we think we should at least match the minimum of the 2.5% to keep up. And then when the wage study comes in, make adjustments as needed.
If we decide to.
Can you give me an idea of who all is encompassed in administrative? I understand it's everybody not in the union, but it's the engineering
The engineer department and administration and the foreman.
and the foreman.
So essentially anyone who's not.
And then the two, there's doing the shop as well.
Okay,
The
And-
inventory clerk and the shop.
you are a separate employee in this. You are not included in this, or you are included in this?
He is a contract.
He's a contract.
Right, so you're separate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and obviously Dan is separate. Is there anyone in that group of people left over that are salaried, or are they all hourly?
There's a few more that are Larry is salary,
Okay,
all of our departments are salary.
all the department heads are. Okay, how about our engineers?
Yes, up to two of them are salary.
Okay,
So this wage, this compensation discussion, does it, are we talking about only for the hourly employees or both hourly and salary? All non.
All non.
Yeah,
okay,
So.
okay. And this includes
Yeah.
salary.
And looking at the benefit package as well. That we.
Yeah, well, I think we do something at a minimum at this point. And I think the 2.5 is a base, and then if, like we did before, mid-year, if we have to make some adjustments. I thought in the last couple of years, we kind of went a little heavy. I mean, the problem is, we were facing in some inflationary things. But then also we were facing inflationary things in terms of everything that we were paying for. So we're delivering a little bit less for what we get. And, and I don't want to put it on the back of the non-union people, of course, but I think at least we start there. And, they're at least on par with everybody else, for the time being. And I don't think that, we have to stop there once we take a look at the wage studies. And as I've said before, I like wage studies and I don't like wage studies. I can look at them and kind of get a little irritated and look at, a different county that has completely different dynamics, but has the same population numbers. So we try to pretend that there's a comparison there. So, I would make the motion that we adopt the 2.5%. Start, and then down the road, we can see where we go.
Support. Motion by Commissioner Gilman, support by Commissioner Lehman to offer a 2.5% cost of living adjustment. Is that how we would?
Yeah.
Cost of living adjustment, subject to further review based upon the wage study. Is that the motion? Any discussion on the motion?
No surprise that I don't support it.
Okay.
That is a much lower than what all the other municipal employees have been getting for COLAs. That's all.
So my understanding is that this is only an initial increase cost of living adjustment. I think that the wage study just came out like about an hour ago, or something. And so, we will have an opportunity to review it in January and have further discussion. And at that time, based upon that review of the wage study, we would then have to make additional adjustments in salaries. And so this is not, I don't want that to be a perception that this 2.5% is the only adjustment we will be making. We will be reviewing the wage study and making additional adjustments based upon that. So, you know, obviously you have to by majority vote. So, any comments?
None.
Okay, so let's do a roll call vote on the motion.
Underwood,
Yes.
Gilman,
Yes.
Core,
No,
Lehman,
Yes.
Jasmine.
Yes.
She carried.
Okay. Commissioner,
Real simple.
Commissioner per diem. So this, as you recall, we asked this item to be placed on the agenda at the last meeting based upon the County Board of Commissioners' decision to eliminate per diems for themselves starting January 1 of 2025. Since then, the County Board of Commissioners at their meeting yesterday clarified their policy and made and revised their per diem policy to make it clear that their decision to eliminate per diems is limited to only the County Board of Commissioners and does not extend to any of the appointed
like the
board members. No one.
Okay,
So at this point, nothing changed. We will continue to receive per diems under the county policy as we have before. So I don't believe that we need to have any further discussion at this point.
So
other than
I
comments.
would go a step further and just to clarify it for our board behalf and anybody who might be appointed to these positions, assuming that still happens, is that we should probably adopt a policy that is just specific for us. It's our board.
So we have one.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, we have one. However, it's severely outdated.
Right.
Because it was last revised in 2015 and it still has the previous per diem rate.
Sure.
So what my suggestion would be is that at our special meeting on January 9th, we put this item on the agenda for further review on the policy and make sure that how we want to revise and update that policy, because there are some certain other things in that policy that I think should also be reviewed in terms of what type of meetings eligible and things of that nature. So that would be my suggestion. And I would ask the staff to for the January 9th meeting to put that item on the agenda for review of the policy. Works for me.
We want to go through policy committee first.
I think, no,
That's the commissioners.
yeah, I think we'll just bring it down. I don't want to do it in policy and hold that up. Let's just do it.
I think it's simple.
Okay, 6D, chip seal award, Derek.
Yeah, so we received bids last Friday, the 13th, from 3 vendors for our chip seal program for 2025. Farner Asphalt Sealers was our little bidder with $3,361,912.51. So we're recommending people with the contract with Farner Asphalt Sealers.
Okay.
So I make a motion about the engineer's recommendation.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Lehman, support by Commissioner Gilman to award the 2025 bids for the 2025 chip seal program to Farner Asphalt Sealers in the amount of $3,361,912.51. Any further discussion?
The only thing I want to say is, give some kudos to our engineer who caught a mistake that this particular vendor made that made it possible to get to this number. The vendor had some transpose numbers, I guess, and he got those transpose numbers, and that once the vendor fixed it, it immediately brought his bid to this point.
Yeah.
This is a
Big
big,
difference.
and so thank you for good eyes on the project, and it's a significant savings over what we would have had to go with.
And so we checked and after we read them.
All right. All right, roll call vote, please.
Gilman,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Lehman,
Yes.
Underwood.
Yes.
Castle.
Yes.
Tell those farmer guys will be watching the commissioners will be watching their traffic control.
Right.
They got a big bump. So they got a big.
You were out real happy with them. Yeah, kids that.
I agree, I think problem. We had a really good year last year, chip seals, and it's exciting to see us do almost as many miles this year as we did last year. Something we've had a year where we followed up and since so many miles,
How many miles did we do this year, chip seal?
This year is like
just shy of 70,
almost.
70
70 miles.
miles?
The emulsion prices are about 7-8% cheaper this year than they were last year.
How does that relate to, for example, 2023, 2024? Are we on par with how much?
They are lower for their regular chip seal, unit price. The CSEA, which is the all modified emulsion they use, and so our higher volume runs about the same.
No, I meant like in terms of miles.
Oh, miles, we are, I think we're 68, I think.
And how did that compare to previous year, 2023?
Well, we didn't do any in 2022, they kind of continued last year's contract, or started with last year's contract, and then 21 we have gap. So, yeah.
64,024.
Is that for sure?
Yeah.
All right, item E, purchase of pickups. Dan.
Unfortunately, the price that you have before you is not right. We've been trying to get pickups for 2 years straight here with my deal pricing, and it's not gone very well. We got a call just yesterday, hey, there's trucks if you want one, hey, perfect, we have a special board meeting here. Phil did catch some numerical issues, so I'll give you an updated price here. This is for 3 pickup trucks. We'll be replacing 3 of our sign trucks that are just for the flaggers, I should say, flagging trucks with operational figures out there. 3 trucks that are starting to get further to that point where we said we wanted to sell them on our fifth management plan. They're actually a little over able to sell this much. So the updated price on there, Bill, correct me if I'm wrong, came up to $44,135.55 per truck, for a total of $132,406.65.
132, 406, 65. Okay, so.
How much disposal get for when we dispose of the 3 pickups?
I'm not sure, they're 2-wheel drive trucks, so market for them might not be great.
Are these 2-wheel drive trucks we're buying?
We're replacing them with 4-wheel drive, just for the area we live in, to see the resale a lot better in 4-wheel drive trucks. I want to say it's only a couple $1,000 stuff into the 4-wheel drives.
So this is outside of my bid stuff, right?
So this is my deal pricing.
My deal price.
Unfortunately, we're not seeing the great my deal pricing that we used to. It's just not there like they used to do it. I think Ford and GM or Ford and Dodge both dropped the MyDeal pricing program. GM and Chevy still have.
They got a nice taste of that shortage pricing kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it's not the reduction. I don't feel if you remember what the numbers. I want to say 30% originally, and now it's cheap. It's minimal.
So we talked, the, my deal coordinator today and sounds like we're getting early enough where we can get our order in because they're only allotted so many fleet vehicles. And if we're not on it now, we potentially could be looking at a $912 per unit increase. Yes.
Oh, I agree. I agree with going to 4-wheel drives. We shouldn't have anything but 4-wheel drives. I'm sorry. Especially with the way that we are turning these over at the numbers. The resale value is staying back between a 4-wheel and 2-wheel drive. And it's $6,000 more than a 4-wheel drive. So, I mean, you know, we're gonna get 14,000 for or good out of it, you know, for that 6,000. So
Does that mean you're gonna make a motion?
yeah, I'll make a motion that we for what'd you say, 132?
Or 406.65, so it just went exactly by $6,000, exactly.
Yeah, I'd make that motion if we get those. Yeah.
Motion by Commissioner Gilman, second by Commissioner Underwood to approve the purchase of 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 pickups from Todd Rental Dealing GMC of Westland in the total amount of $132,406.61. Any further discussion before we vote? Roll call, please.
Corn,
Yes.
Lehman,
Yes.
Underwood.
Yes.
Gilman.
Yes.
Kazan.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Mrs. Gilman, one last chance.
Oh, God.
For public comment.
Get your money deal list.
Okay. All right, going once, going twice, okay. Item number 8, manager's comments.
I would just like to thank the board for having trust in letting me design and follow this building all the way through. Spotting one of the highlights of my career. I really enjoyed the project. I come down here every Tuesday to oversee. You have to find something to do my Tuesdays now, I guess. But it's just awesome to see this from design, drawing, concept to actually walking around in it. And I think we built a beautiful building here the last and certainly for a long time. It's very exciting. I think we had a good German time. It was great to see a lot of people show up, support from the community. And that, if everybody has a great holiday and see you in the new year.
All right, thank you, Dan, and thank you for all the hard work that you have put in making sure that this building, that this facility got constructed and constructed under budget, on ahead of schedule. That's not easy at all, and you and your team obviously were responsible for that. So thank you very much for that, and thank you for organizing this event. I think it went really well. Was well attended, and it got a lot of media publicity. So that is a very positive publicity, I should say. And that was really nice. Honoring Bill Mauser, and I think his family really were touched by that gesture. And so thank you for all of that, and thank you to all the staff here as well. Next item, commissioners' comments. Start with Commissioner.
I just want to thank the staff for a good year. I think it was a wonderful year. I do get compliments about Grand Rapids County Road Commission around the state, like doing stuff. I also want to compliment the board. Alan, your expertise and being a former contractor is phenomenal. Jason, your watchdog in this public dollar is perfect for a businessman. Elise, your ability to work with federal contracts. Attorney, I mean, that was just we have an attorney here, and then we have a municipal attorney, and my loneliness of just being a insider for setting transportation policies for years in Lansing. As a matter of fact, 2 of the last tax increases came off my desk, started on my desk. So I just want to tell you that people really do say we do a great job here. And it's been an honor. It's an honor to serve. Hopefully.
Yeah, well, It will, for 2 years. You're not going anywhere. I mean, I hope none of us are going anywhere, but yes, thank you, Commissioner Underwood. Commissioner Moore.
I had a dinner with John Van Wagoner from TCAPS about a week or two ago. Haven't had a chance to remember to text you guys. But he just really wanted to let everyone at the road commission know, but particularly Derek and Dan, how thrilled TCAPS is to work with the road commission now and just the enormous change that they've seen. I was picking on him about his driveway at West High, because I'm gonna, right? It's ridiculous. But he said that we had had such a great meeting and just to make sure that we passed on to the staff that we noticed the changes. And that was, a big, I think, a pat on the back to the board too. So I hope I get to continue to be here. It has been fun meeting the girl that, it's okay. It's been a good ride. So I just wanted to pass that on, but say that one's at top of mind. But I hear kudos all the time to you guys, and I hope that I've been on a lot of different boards, and it's really nice to be on one, to be so proud of the staff that we get to lead. So that's nice. Please read into that on which board I'm talking about that I've been on that we haven't been real excited about. Yeah. Well, let's just say in the past I've had that, and it's been a really great opportunity. So, and Dan, you did a good job on this building. You did one. It's really nice.
I'm putting on first. I do have.
Okay, Commissioner.
I don't have much yet. It's been a good year. I think we're working together well. I think we really got the community's interest before us all the times. We take input from people around us, and we're glad about it. And I hope we get to continue to serve. And I think we're doing well with our staff, with everybody. Pleased to be associated with you.
Thank you, Commissioner Gilman.
All right, well, first of all, I want to echo Commissioner Underwood's sentiments. This is probably one of the best constructs for a board of this type, as far as I'm concerned. Secondly, this place is fantastic. I don't think people realize how high tech this is either. I mean, it looks like a great big building, but there's a lot going on here. And Larry, good job of making sure all that happened. I have one concern about some things happening lately. That Hammond and Garfield closure thing, and then when they were doing the stanchions, there wasn't sufficient flaggers. I mean, I came up upon that.
Just now, on the way over here.
Well, not today.
Okay.
It was the other day. In fact, I was trailering a tractor, heading down to Buckley, and I was coming that way. And all of a sudden, there's just this truck in the road parked, and they're working on the stanchion. There's no signs or lighting or flaggers or anybody letting us know that this is coming up. And I had to, of course, make a turn into the other lane so I could get around. So I was a little disappointed in it. But other than that, I do have my yearly, I always like to make something. So these are the official, go ahead and pass these around here. Some of them are cedar and they smell really good. So, and then I got them for Phil.
Oh, it does smell good.
This is cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then one for Larry as well. Let's see how many get out there.
That's really cool.
And
That is, and he spelled everyone's names right.
Not sorry, that's
so did everybody get one? We're good? And I can get the kids. One left.
Damn.
No. They're supposed to have one for everybody. That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna have it. All right. So
That's really cool.
That is very nice. Thank you, Jay.
thank you. Something for all the very Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful.
It's really nice.
Other than that,
All set.
also.
I already obviously made my comments. Just want to wish everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This is our last meeting of the year. Yeah, happy holidays, Happy Hanukkah. happy Kwanzaa, anything that
There you go.
is, that you,
Yeah.
I
Correct.
absolutely, I enjoy working with this board this year. Thank you for the opportunity to serve as your chair. I appreciate the trust. Really enjoy working with Dan and Phil because we talk a lot bit more, but thank you to all the staff for their hard work. Kylie and it's not here and, but everything she does for us on a daily basis. So it's been a pleasure. I'm glad that I got reappointed for another 6 years. So
We are too.
that is, I'm very happy for that. That happened yesterday. So, hopefully we are all around. So I'll be, if that happens, we are here for another 6 years.
One more.
So thank you very much. We want to discuss the future agenda items of per diem. Any other things to discuss before we adjourn?
You were a good chair, thank you.
You're welcome.
You were okay, Hyder.
You did okay. Yeah, let's not get too over.
You were okay.
Yeah. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned.
My wife